what? 10. Page 10, Mr. Walters' matter, 217569. Mr. Walters, how are you?
Hi, Judge Hurd.
Hi.
Pleasure to see you again.
Nice to see
Sorry
you.
we're back again, but
Oh,
I
that's
followed
okay.
your advice, and it didn't really get us anywhere.
Well, yeah, I get it. I mean, there's not a lot I can do about that, though, understand.
But I think this might be of interest. I went back to my parole officer. I've been making my payments. I've been on Social Security. I've been paying what I can in restitution.
Okay,
All of a sudden, he hit me with a stunning thing. He says, "You got to pay $26,000 a month." And I go, "Wow, I know all this restitution, but there's never no real figure." He says, "Well, that 10 days a month you're getting is gone,
okay,
and it's going to push my liberty interest way out."
okay.
So here's Weatherford.
Meaning your parole officer saying you're not going to get your good time
Yeah.
monthly if you're not paying
He
restitution.
says, "You're going to have to go back. I can't do anything about it. You're going to have to go back to the original court.
Okay,
You got to let them know about the liberty interest and that, and then possibly."
Hey, hold on a second. Who's this guy staring at
Oh.
me over here?
This is Kim Blandino.
I'm
He has
trying
a,
to appear, amicus curiae. I'm a co-plaintiff in the civil case trying
Okay,
to address.
are you an attorney?
No, not
Then
at all.
then you need to sit down and quit staring at me like somehow you need to talk to me or whatever.
I
'cause
do
you're
need
not-
to.
Pardon?
Can I make a record?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to make a record about you in a minute, but you need to sit down and be quiet because you're not a plaintiff or a defendant in my criminal case. You're not an attorney. You can't appear in my criminal case and act like an attorney, so sit down and be quiet.
Thank
Mr.
you,
Walters,
Judge.
go ahead.
apologize. But anyway, so I told my parole officer I would try and see if I can go back in front of Judge Herndon and explain the liberty interest part, since that
Sure.
has an effect on that and the restitution. Here's Weatherford. He went in and got the Supreme Court to list him as disabled, right? He's
Okay.
still practicing law and all that. He's now demanding $250,000 in extortion fees. He says he'll give me the CD back.
Okay.
And I asked him, I said, well, let's do this. Let me see if I can talk to the court and maybe work with the DA's office and see if the DA can help get involved and deliver the CDs and the files to the DA so we can pay this restitution, because them folks are old.
Okay.
They're not going to be here long. I'd like to get this matter paid.
I know, but
And we
then
have the ability to do it and then help me with my liberty interest.
what I explained before, though, is what you're seeking is to force some individual to turn over some property to you. That is not anything that's involved in my criminal case. That's why I said you got to file the civil case.
We did.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Did you file write the motions in Judge Escobar's civil case?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, you did? Okay, so let me tell you something. When you want to file motions in court and act like an attorney when you're not really an attorney, saying things like threatening the judge about how judges get kicked out of office for misconduct and all your egregious stuff where you don't follow things, you want to act like an asshole, act like an asshole. But I'm telling you, that gets you nowhere in court. And you know what else gets you nowhere in court? Sitting in the audience of a court while a judge is engaging with somebody and shaking your head and being all demonstrative. So get out.
I'm sorry, it was inadvertent.
No, it wasn't inadvertent. Don't give me that. It's not inadvertent. It's never, get out. It's never inadvertent when you come in and act all disrespectful to people.
Judge Herndon, that is his words, not mine, sir.
No,
So apologize.
I am perfectly aware of what I thought was going on.
He has an interest
Mr.
in
Walters, I've
my
never had any issue with you being disrespectful at all.
Thank you, sir.
But what I would say is, for whatever reason, that guy's your co-plaintiff. He needs to file his stuff, and you need to file your stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna
okay?
separate
You don't
that
want to get a judge all mad at you. But here's the thing. I know you're frustrated with what her order was, but it's a difficult thing to get a judge to the point in a civil case of saying, now I'm going to issue a civil arrest warrant for somebody because they're not complying with certain things.
Right.
There are ways, I mean, you guys could potentially ask her to set up certain type of examinations to occur, and if Mr. Weatherford doesn't comply with that, then maybe you've got a contempt issue to
Okay.
ask for an arrest warrant. But it's not, as much as I would like to help you, it's not within my jurisdiction to order somebody else to comply with something to help you get money so you can pay your restitution.
Is there a way, Your Honor, I could work back maybe through the state and the DA's office and visit with them and have them examine this whole thing and see where we
Well,
might lie with that.
Not really, because all their real obligation in the criminal case is to make sure you had your discovery in the case, not to make sure your former attorney, who we all agree screwed up a lot of things, provide certain, documents and stuff to you that allow you to generate restitution. Their obligation, that would be asking them to basically become your civil attorney to go out and help you pursue something from your former attorney, because your former attorney is not being a good guy and complying with what he should comply with. That's why I said the only two options really are go to the bar and seek
Yeah, they
some-
denied it.
Yeah,
And
to
only
seek some
because he
relief.
said he was disabled and they took him off disabled status, but he's out in Anderson still practicing law.
Yeah, that I don't.
And that's why I was going to talk to the DA's office about and have him look into that, because the Supreme Court gave him a disabled status, but he's still listing on his website and having people come there.
Did you go down to the Civil Law Self-Help Center in the building to try and talk to those people? See if there's any attorneys in the Pro Bono project that would help you out and give you ideas about what it is? Because I can't really give you legal advice, but
I
what it
understand.
is you need to be requesting of Judge Escobar to set up to ultimately get a warrant, meaning you can't just go in right away and say, this guy never returns my calls, I want an arrest warrant. To get an arrest warrant in a civil case, you kind of got to be patient and work through a process of showing that somebody is not complying, because it looks like she's issuing orders for things, but
She did great considering what
not
he
the arrest
said.
warrant. Yeah, not the arrest warrant that you want.
Yes.
And I know the arrest warrant is what you want, because that's probably going to generate the guy coughing up what you need him to cough up. But there's kind of a process that you're going to need to go to get there.
I'll follow that, and I'm trying to separate myself from that. All he has is a little asset, legal complaint, that's it.
Well, and I
Sorry
get
about
why you're
that.
co-plaintiffs, but like I said, I mean, it
I'm going to
doesn't.
separate that if I can.
If an attorney wrote that in a pleading in front of me, it'd be.
Judge, I
it'd be
apologize.
bad,
That's why I
right?
said his words are his words.
I get it. It's all right.
Thank you. God
All
bless
right.
you.
Good luck.
Thank you, now.
Okay. We'll get back.